past, though, and not give you a view of the future for AMD. So I'd like to give you a little bit of a view of what we plan in 2015 and beyond. And it really is our vision for where computing is going into the future. And it is the ambidextrous computing vision. When you think about everything that we talked about relative to where the consumers are going, where the data center is going, where embedded applications are going, we really have an opportunity to really harness the best of every ecosystem, whether it's hardware partners, software partners, or ecosystem partners. And when we think about it, there's two dominant architectures in the world. There's the x86 architecture, which is basically AMD's strength. You saw it in our APUs, you saw it in our embedded capability, and that's very, very core to our business. What you also see is the growth of ARM. ARM started from the mobile space, went really through the embedded space, and now coming into the data center space as well. And AMD is the only company that has a vision to bring the best of the x86 and ARM ecosystems together. So when you look at what does that mean, this is a view of the market for the last 10 years and going forward for the next 5 to 7 years. And what you see is in the orange is the x86 market. This is revenue share of the semiconductor market. In the purple is ARM. And in the gray is all other architectures. All other architectures, proprietary, MIPS, PowerPC, so on and so forth. And the key point here is that between x86 and ARM, our opportunity, our market TAM is over $80 billion and growing. This is a tremendous ecosystem, a very, very exciting ecosystem that we can bring together. And from an AMD standpoint, as we move forward into 2015, we are announcing the availability of a true design framework that we call Project SkyBridge. I'm extremely proud of Project SkyBridge. This has been something that we've been working on for the last 2 years. And it really is the idea of how can we bring x86 and ARM together as only AMD can do. We are starting first in the 20 nanometer generation. You will see these parts from us in 2015. They will be designed with full graphics core next support as well as full HSA, heterogeneous system architecture support. On the x86 side, they will have next generation Puma Plus cores. So we talked about Beema being announced this generation in 28 nanometer in 2014. You'll see us with x86 Puma Plus cores in 2015 in 20 nanometer. And we also have the ability with a pin-compatible technology so that in one chip you'll have x86 plus graphics plus HSA. In the other chip you will have low-power ARM A57 with HSA as well. And this is, again, an example of how we can bring these two ecosystems together. And as you think forward to the consumer applications, to the embedded applications, to the server applications, being able to use the best ecosystem for x86 or ARM is something that only we can do at AMD. And as you move forward, we also announced that AMD is now a ARM architectural licensee. So in 2014, this year, we launched our first server-based chip. We were the first server ARM 64-bit chip in the market sampling in 28 nanometer. In 2015, I talked to you about Project SkyBridge, the first pin-compatible ARM and x86 products in the market. And then in 2016, we are developing a from-scratch core that we call AMD's K12. And it's very, very significant because we are bringing the performance and the capability of x86 architectural design to the 64-bit ARM space. And so you can see where our roadmap is going in the next couple of years. So let me just summarize and say, when you look at AMD going forward, you're going to see us in many different markets. You're going to see us with a variety of products in x86 and ARM across all of these markets, including ultra-low power client, including dense server, including embedded, and including semi-custom opportunities for very large customers. this is an ecosystem that only we can bring to the market. So with that, let me finish here and say again, AMD loves Computex. This is an extremely important show for us. I hope you saw that we brought to you our most important innovations here in Computex. You saw our new mobile PCs. We're extremely proud of all of the relationships we have with the key customers for Kaveri and Bima, for our professional series line. You saw in Pro Graphics the scale that we have in the server space across both the very small form factor as well as the highest performance capabilities. You saw our broad set of embedded applications, and you saw what we are doing with our ARMS announcements going forward. So this is a very, very rich set of technologies. We're very, very proud of these at AMD, and we're proud to share them with you today. Thank you very much for your attention.